If the whole country collapses, do they repossess everybody? Do you think? Have you ever thought about that, Hubie?
Well, I've been asked a lot of questions because we're in the Shemitah year. Should we short the market? Should we do this? Should we do that?
Yeah, because rabbis really
Right,
preaching Shemitah.
right. So, um, from my own experience, whenever I've made a decision based upon what I know is coming, the rules have always changed. So I do believe that we're headed for a major financial crisis because every time the government says we're going to change interest rates, the markets go up and down like a ping pong ball. As we were kind of looking at before, Greece, the little bitty country, if they default, it's going to have a ripple effect.
Yeah.
So I think that not only Greece, but Spain, but Italy, it's kind of like everybody is so deep in debt. Sooner or later, you have to pay the piper. And I think that it's kind of reaching the breaking point of those places. So I do think that something is coming very shortly. I don't know if it's going to be one big swoop. I think it's going to start because it's a Shemitah year. But I really think that it's going to keep continuing. It's kind of like the first hit and then the second one and then the third. Because every time something happens, like remember when the market used to crash, it used to just crash. After 87, when the market crashed, they put in circuit breakers that they halted it for hours until people could think about it. So they're probably going to change the rules if something like that happens, but and every time it happens, they're going to try to change the rules again because they're always trying to kind of manipulate it, for lack of a better word. So I know something is coming, and I'm just under the thing that, well, the Lord's going to take care of us. I keep doing what I need to do and tithing and giving and doing what God asks us to do, and He'll take care of us through the situation, but it doesn't mean that I won't prepare.
Right.
You believe we should live fully up to the end, occupy till the end.
I think we should occupy, but it's not like you're going to live excessively. Like I have your food at home, which thank God we have that, thank you. And we have stored up certain things.
Yes.
Because it's not this, like when Hurricane Sandy happened, my deck got destroyed, part of my roof blew off. I was in the federal zone where there was no electricity for a week, the water, and you don't really realize how much it is. Like when it gets cold and there's no heat, we're turning on the oven, we're opening the windows too, that way the fumes go out, but how much did we really accomplish? I really don't know. So,
Right.
you're walking around and you have little flashlights, to go to the bathroom and stuff like that, and burning candles.
Oh.
So, my kids were exposed to that, the long gas lines and everything else. I mean, it was just like in the 70s when the gas lines were backed up as far as the eye could see. And we kind of went through that, and I just told my children, look, we have full tanks of gas, so we'll start the car when we got to recharge our phones, and we have to adjust to everything. Like, I went to buy a bag of ice. How much is a bag of ice? $4, $5? We waited in this line, and the guy goes, it's $25. And I went, $25?
Wow.
And I was like, but this is a little bag. There's a family of 7.
Yeah.
So the guy goes, give me 50. And I went, well, what kind of choice do I have?
Oh, my.
So, growing up, I learned to always have cash available because nobody could use credit cards or debit cards, which everybody uses. So I had cash. So I'm like, I have no choice. So, you pay the $50, you go home, and you lose about a quarter of it because it's melting in the trunk.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Wow.
it was just the strangest situation.
And this is the tip of an iceberg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talking about ice. This is a little bit of the crisis, I believe, according to the scriptures, that are coming.